Hey Shimmy fans, it's Magdalena Christina with Belly Omaha, and this is your Monday Shimmy Fix. Happy Monday! I hope that your week is off to a great start. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about putting a layer on top of your travel step. And the funny thing is that a lot of times people are doing layers and don't even realize that they're doing it. So we're going to keep this simple. We're going to use a very common step that I know is Arabic for. Your teacher may have a different name for it, but we're just stepping forward and then back, or what I call center, and then back and forward, or again to center. So we have forward, center, back, center is how I like to call that one out. Now the simplest layer to add is just any hip movement that you know. So for me, one of the weighted hip lifts or up down hips is a great thing just to put on top of that to get used to it. So as we're stepping, that hip is popping up, and that's a layer on your movement. Now you might even make it into like a little 3/4 by doing 2 bumps on each side. That's certainly an easy way to do it. Now if you're looking for something a little bit juicier and maybe a little bit more challenging, let's go ahead and put a Maya, or the vertical figure 8, on top of it. So this is the one where the hip comes up over down on the other side. Let's do that as we're doing that Arabic 4. So as we step forward, whichever hip is the one that's working, or that's stepping, is going to be the one that's working. So as I step forward, I'm going to Maya on that foot, or on that hip. As I step back, I'm going to create a loop on the other one. Back on that one, there's the loop. Back on that one, there's the loop. It's a little bit harder to demonstrate in slow motion, so we're just going to go ahead and frame this side, which is my right, probably your left, where we're doing the most work, and we're just going to put that forward center, back center footwork with it, and do our Maya. Okay? And so far, we've been doing movements with the hips with our step. But you can also layer some rib movements on top of that step as well. So we're going to take just a basic rib circle and get that forward center, back center going. And you'll see how that can be layered. Timing might be a little bit off, but we'll get there. On top of that movement. And you know, if your timing's off, don't let that bother you. Keep working through it, and especially if you have music on, your body's going to fall in alignment with moving on that beat. Okay? And then of course you can do things like maybe put a camel on top of that. So there's so many things that you can do. Let your imagination be the guide. If there's a movement that you like, let's say it's a hip circle, try it with your step. Hip circle. If you like twist, definitely add those on. So many things. Maybe just a shoulder shimmy. So, and all of those are layers. And so what I say is that sometimes students are doing layers and don't even realize they're doing it because it's something that they've just learned as part of a dance or as part of a combo. So you challenge yourself to add some layers to your footwork. This has been your Monday Shimmy Fix. Remember that these tutorials are not a substitute for class with a live instructor. You can check out my classes at bellyomaha.com. And until next week, happy shimmies.